Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 Minutes for Fighting. We got a great guest this week. We got Bellator's Archie Colgan. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Jesse. Thank you for having me on.
Happy to have you. Happy to have a fan of the Incredible Hulk here. I'm a
Sir.
fellow. I'm a Marvel fan myself. Are those original comics or are those new? What are they?
Yeah, no, these are originals. And then back here we got little collectible. Here, I'll just show them real quick.
Oh, nice, nice.
Little collectible Red Hulk. Little like World War Hulk. I'm a Hulk fan.
That's your thing. You're more of a Hulk fan, not really a Marvel fan, just a Hulk fan.
I'm a Marvel fan, but
Okay.
he's my favorite character, and I'm just a little sad about how they've done him dirty.
Yeah. Did you hear that apparently Marvel got the Marvel Studios got the rights back?
Finally. Hopefully they'll freaking do it right and do a good movie.
Maybe Mark Ruffalo will get a movie finally. That's what.
Hopefully.
Congratulations on your big win over Emmanuel Sanchez at Bellator 297. It's the first time, obviously, I know you talked about this, first time you haven't finished somebody in Bellator. So, but you went 3 rounds. How do you feel about that? How are you, does that feel like a good learning experience for you? Does it feel like are there things you want to change? Like, how do you feel about that overall?
No, I feel good about it. I feel like, obviously, I like to get finishes. I think it's just better, I guess a better way to promote yourself if you can, promote yourself as a finisher. But the truth is you're going to fight other tough people who are also possess good skill sets like himself, like he did. And those guys are just a little bit harder to put away. And I think that with my growing career, it's important for me to be tested in a lot of different areas, and going the distance is one of them, with somebody at least who's still actively trying to win, who's trying to make a comeback in the fight, and not just kind of there just gonna get beat up.
You might be a couple fights away, but I mean, there's an aura of invincibility to the guy at the top of your division with Usman Nurmagomedov. He's relatives with Khabib, who's by many considered one of the greatest combat sport athletes of all time. And that's sort of what you're chasing, right? You're chasing that top spot in this division. Do you see it as an aura of invincibility? Because that's sort of how like the media plays it sometimes with him, with Usman. And but from your perspective, also, how do you match up with him?
I think he's every time that he's had an outing to prove himself, he has proved himself. So it's hard to disagree, with what you're saying. For people, like as the media, as people, as fans, it's hard to say no, that's not true. Against a guy like that, he's shown that he has good striking. And, recently against Vincent Henderson, he showed that he's also got high-level grappling.
Right.
So, yeah, the guy's got great skill set. But the truth is like styles and matchups make fights. And I just feel that I'm a hard person to just stand with. I'm always kind of in danger, or putting people in danger, or making them feel me at some point.
Right.
And I can wrestle my ass off. So I'm a hard person to grapple with also. I think that if we went straight wrestling, I don't believe that his wrestling can match my wrestling.
Wow. But, I mean, that says a lot for the style of fighter too, especially under a guy like Khabib. That's saying a lot. So you think you can match up with that Dagestani style?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that they are really good, all of them, at wrestling, because they're growing up in a culture with wrestling. But so did I. I grew up in a culture of wrestling here. It's not the culture that they grew up in is like almost all the kids grow up with wrestling, and not so much here. Wrestling there is like football here. But I grew up in wrestling here, so it's really similar. I grew up since I was 4 years old. I've been wrestling, so I made it to a really high level, and I believe that my wrestling can match.
Wrestling in the United States, it's sort of like secular a little bit, where you have it like where it's like if you're a wrestler in Wisconsin or Michigan, you're like, they look at you. Is it Wisconsin? Where you're like, oh, that's or Pennsylvania, like obviously Bo Nichols, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, like
obviously like if you're in
in the East Coast, North Coast up there, like New York, New Jersey, Ohio.
But then there's also people here in California. I'm in California,
Yeah,
and
California's
they
good.
really take it. Like my coworker, he wrestled in high school, and he thinks California has the best wrestling. Where's the best wrestling in America?
Pennsylvania.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's shift gears for a second. This is, obviously I know that you can't answer all these questions here, but just there's a report that Bellator might be getting acquired by PFL. Just your thoughts on that. How would you feel about that if that deal actually does fall through? Does go through?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the way that Scott Coker like mentioned it in the interviews, it was kind of like cryptic almost. They asked him like, buying Bellator, and then he was saying partnering with Bellator.
Yeah.
Like the media was asking him about PFL buying Bellator, and he was like, "Yeah, we're looking for a partner." So I don't know if that means that they're selling and like Bellator will become PFL, or if that means like PFL will own the rights to Bellator, but Bellator be its own entity too. I have no idea. So I don't even know what that would look like. If that meant that the two would merge into one, I guess that'd be cool because there'd be more competition and
Right.
a better standing against the strong UFC like that. But man, I honestly don't know. I don't even know what he meant by it because it just sounded so like there's
Right.
two different sides to it. They're saying buying it, which to me means PFL owns Bellator and then it becomes one. But then he was saying partner with it, which sounds like Bellator would still be its own thing. So I don't know.
If it is a thing where it gets to one entity and
Yeah.
you become a PFL fighter,
Yeah.
is that something like where your contract would sort of like transfer over that you're under the PFL umbrella? Would you, because you signed with Bellator, would you be okay with that? Like, would you be cool with that? Like, oh, now I'm a PFL fighter. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I want to be the Bellator champion.
Right.
So I want to win the Bellator belt. But if Bellator just becomes PFL, then I just got to go chase that belt, I guess.
All right. Well, this is the last thing I'm going to leave you with. This is a fun one, but it is a big one. There might be the biggest fight in the history of the world happening between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Who you got and why?
Oh man, that's funny. We're in a group text with my brother and my sibling and my cousins and stuff. I don't know, man. I think Elon's got some real size on him.
Yeah, he does.
From Googling at least, it says that Zuckerberg's like 5'7", like 150 pounds, and Elon, which they're got to be lying. They said he's 6'1" and 185, but he's built like that. He can't be 100. He's got to be 2-something.
Oh no, he's pushing 2. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like Zuckerberg actually trains martial arts though.
He does.
Like
he loves it.
Yeah, so skill means something. So I guess off of that, I would say Zuckerberg. But I don't know. Elon's got plenty of money to hire whoever he needs to make sure he can train.
Right.
I don't know if that's actually going to play out and happen, but if it does, I guess that'd be pretty cool.
Archie, you're the man, bro. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, best of luck. I hope you get whatever fight you get next. I hope it pushes you to that title shot sooner and sooner because you're on a winning streak here and you deserve it. So best of luck, man. All right.
I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
See you later.